Okay, I'll be here. Okay. Hey, Dominic, how you doing?
Good evening.
What's new and exciting?
Uh, Here we go. Let's get ready. Ready to rumble. Hello. Okay, hello to everybody in the chat. Laura, Dusty, Don. Good evening to you. Okay. Get the chat going. Dusty, Don. Good evening to you.
Let me get this up here. I got the emojis turned off.
Yes.
I gotta copy the invite link.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. There's the chat. And we're away.
I think we're good to go.
Yep, good to go. Okay, what am I doing? Yep, that's it. And we're away.
Yeah. Hang on a minute. I gotta pick some peanuts. I'm right back.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
And away we go.
Yeah.
Hi, Russell.
What you doing, boo boo? Huh? She's not been feeling well today.
No, no.
Last couple of days.
Hi, Russell. Hmm. Hi, Brenda.
Sunstar. Hey, Brenda.
Hi, Brenda.
East Coast. Brenda. Russell. Ooh, you got a lot of dirt in there.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get your other ear. Well, she's got a lot of dirt in there, but she goes out and lays in that damn, and she likes to lay on her side, you know?
Mm.
I don't know if you can see her or not, but that's just one ear right there.
Yeah.
See, Dominic?
Because it hit the BBC and things like that today. Well, look, it's going forward, but people seeing the wing platform the very, very first time. I can't believe that any good old fashioned model flyer has seen the wing platform.
Hey, Joe.
What's up? I see it's
Well,
Paul
so
Burt Murray's chair show.
yes, it is.
See, let's see. He had to go pitch peanuts. Then now he's checking on Mia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yes, it is. There's an echo somehow.
I hear it too. I don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah. It's not me.
Make sure I don't have anything else on.
Myself for my 40th birthday, so it is 2 years old.
You still hear that, right?
Just barely.
I hear it good in my ear.
Yeah, it's just off in the background.
Yes,
I wonder if Paul's got something on. Yeah, I don't have anything on.
Yeah, I've cut mine off. I've been on here for 8 minutes. It's just off in the background.
I know y'all were on because he came on early.
Yeah, because I thought I'll get on early because I've got to get off at past.
Now I was sitting here eating, and I just started eating when he came on. I said, "Well, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna eat."
Yeah.
I made
Food's more
chicken and
important.
smoked sausage.
Ooh,
Had chicken and
nice.
smoked sausage and fried it up. And I put the corn okra like stew with the tomato gravy and mix it up and let it simmer for a while and put it over rice.
Yeah, I was just going to say, best part of it would be putting it over rice.
Yeah, it's
You
good.
got to get that really nice simmer sauce.
And it takes about 30 minutes to make.
Yeah.
Made the rice yesterday because I was going to do it yesterday. And I opened the refrigerator and found the Baconator in there. So shit. I didn't
Yeah.
get Baconator.
Well, day old rice is really good to put in a stir fry or something like that.
Yeah, it tastes better.
Yes.
It actually works out better.
Yeah, well, that's how they do fried rice. It's usually a day old rice.
Hey, Joe.
What's up?
What do you know?
I don't know what the hell he got there, but it looked like a burrito type of thing.
Yeah. Most of those vegetables will go into the sinkerator.
Well, that baby today gave the dogs fits. She cornered Tino on the ground, and she gave him a big hug, and he just lay there, kissed him, and then pushed his head all the way down to the ground and said, night night. He looked up at me like, I know I gotta just take this. I'll just take it. Then he turned around. She turned around and grabbed Loki. Loki's the one that growled. Loki
Yeah.
wasn't paying attention. She done had a hug on him. She going, and he's going,
Put Meals on
Yeah.
Wheels. This will go in the garbage disposal.
Yeah,
oh, that's good stuff. The Brussels sprouts are
Yeah.
the best thing in it.
Brussels sprouts, yeah, yucky.
lovely.
That's the best thing.
Yeah.
You know, he says that, but he's eating all that stuff. He's not telling anybody.
Yeah.
No.
No, I'm not. No. I've got the sound turned down on my phone, Cool Cat, while watching Drones and Sundry. So I'm only reading the chat.
Yeah, I don't know where
It's-
that sound came from.
Yeah. Because it was definitely my voice, Paul's, and yours, Joe. It was it was our voices, not another stream.
Well, I didn't hear that. I heard another stream.
It was me.
Oh, okay.
Because when I started it up, I didn't mute the other stream, you know?
Yeah. But it took me a while. Took me a while to
Sort it
hear
out.
the sound because it was when we were all quiet is when you could hear it.
Yeah.
When we were talking, we couldn't.
Yeah, I sent something to Laura before she sends something to me.
Oh, okay.
I was nice about it. Just said I hope her day didn't suck. Didn't say shut up.
Did Laura tell you to shut up, Joe?
No, not yet. She's coming. But with this girl this morning, she's over here, and I said, "Come on, we're going to do a diaper." No. And I said, "Come on, you got to go do a diaper."
Yeah,
She looks at me,
Justin.
puts her finger out there, Dominic. She goes, "No, no, no." I said, "Yes, yes, yes, let's go." Because she was walking around and she had eaten and she was tired. Got her in the back, changed those, because I could smell it. I said, "Let me change those stinky ass." So I changed it, cleaned it, everything, laid it there, put her stuff back together, and I jumped in the bed next to her and I said, "Come here, give me a hug." She gave me a hug. I said, Echo, and I told her to play like a funny song. I said, "Give me a hug and let's night night for a minute." Man, she knocked out for an hour. By an hour and a half, actually. It was 11:19 to right at 1 o'clock.
Really?
I laid right there next to her. I said, "This is good. Just stay here. Go to sleep." Yesterday, she didn't sleep for a second.
Yeah, yesterday she was sleeping on your chest most of the day.
No, she wasn't sleeping. She didn't go to sleep. She lay there like she was trying to. She was up.
Oh. Looked like she was sleeping. She wasn't moving. And you know, she
Nope.
was in that sleeping mode because she had the one hand around in front of your chest backwards.
Oh, yeah. But that's just her. But she looks over at the dog. The dog starts barking, Loki, and she stick her finger out and go, "Stop. Stop." But she got that little no, no, no going now. And I said, give me, I'll crack something. I'm gonna get cracked. They didn't bring a water bottle for or water for, or like a cup, but they had a bottle of milk. So she drank. It was like a cup with milk in it. She drank that. I washed it all out and filled it with water for her. She's sitting over there on the sofa, and I'm looking at her, and she's sitting there with it in her hand, and she's watching SpongeBob, right? So she's having a good time. So I'm watching it. That was most of her day, watching SpongeBob and cartoons. And
Oh,
then she would
nice.
go with me, eat, take some food. I had orange here for it, and she shaped some tater tots and stuff like that. She was eating, right, and doing her thing, but she was being independent, like she is. And I looked over at her, and she was fine. I turned around, I looked back at her, and she got the cup like this. And she whole front of us wet. She's taking a bath in this thing. It had soaked the whole front. And I asked her grandmother that. I said, "Look at it. Yeah, you got to watch it now. Now she does that, or she spits it out her mouth on her. She gets the whole front of her soaking wet. Glad it was water.
That's the way she has to get your attention.
No, she wasn't paying attention to me. She was doing
Hey,
that.
Randy.
Randy, what's up?
What's up?
Cool Cat's here. Randy's here. Don was up there. Says sounds like another computer, maybe, Paul. Was that on the echo? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was yours. That's what I told Dominic. It got to be Paul. If I checked mine, I wasn't on anything.
Hmm.
It wasn't Paul. It was Paul's chair.
No, no. You don't want that, Randy.
You see what he put in the chat, Joe?
Yeah.
Well, I made a blowout. I told you when she was about, what was it, about 6 weeks, 7 weeks old. I brought her in the back, took the diaper off, wiped everything nice and clean, reached over to get the diaper, and she had a blowout. I had it on
Too much
wall.
information.
Yeah.
Too much information. I don't want to know.
It's son of what's going.
I didn't
Tell you
need to
what.
know that.
If it would have hit me in the face, she'd have never come over here again. You can't recover from that.
How'd she get along with the pupper dogs?
Loki, like I said, Loki is independent. Loki doesn't want you to grab him or anything. He's always been like that. He'll growl at you. He won't bite you, but he'll growl at you. Now I think that if she grabbed him, he might bite her, because he bit me when he was younger. When I grabbed him. He still growls at me every once in a while, but I grab him back and I hold on to him. Then I start squeezing parts and make him stop. So I try to get him out of that. But today she was sitting on the floor and she had Tino by the head pushing him down, saying night night, and he's just laying there taking it. You know, that's how he is. And then she turned around. Loki wasn't paying attention. Man, she done grabbed Loki. Loki goes arr, 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 trying to get away. And he's looking at me and he's growling, but he's not growling at her. He's growling to let me go, like, you know. And I said, and what did she do? She backed. That's what she pulled off. Let him go, and looked at him and went, "No, stop." Like that. So she hears me do that. Now she's doing it. And Cleo, man, if she gets Cleo cornered, Cleo will be backing under me trying to get away from her. But Cleo's just, she hasn't figured it out yet. She wants to be next to the baby. You know about Lily, but she wonders about Lily because what'll happen was, like she was sitting here and Lily walked up and stepped on her foot today. You know, and that's because she don't pay attention to that. She's gonna step on her. So that kind of freaked Cleo out for the rest of the day. Every time she got near her, she got backed away. This little bitty person steps on me. I'm just afraid that what's going to happen is because she tripped over the the pillow I have on the floor where the dogs lay today. And when she tripped on it, she fell straight back and sat down. I would hate for her to do that and fall on top of Loki, because Loki may snap, snap at her, or like he might not try to get away fast enough. He might just snap at her. He already knows. Every time he does, I grab him. So it's better. But if she goes sit on the sofa, he's got to go get right up in her face. So it doesn't make sense. It's on his turn. Go, Mark. Justin's either got a bad Timu mic or he's just being quiet. Or he's being chased by Laura in Fortnite and he's trying to get away.
Dominic.
I think
Yes,
they are a
Mark.
little bit. I think they do get a little jealous.
Mia's got me running around here doing tricks for her. I ate some of that meal, and she ate the other half of the rice and corn, but the
That's
Brussels
good.
sprouts had to go down the
Oh,
garbage disposal. Nasty. That's like
People
going
love
out
the
and
Brussels
picking
sprouts.
up grass and eating,
She'd have loved the Brussels sprouts.
No, she didn't. She turned her nose
My
up and says,
dogs.
"What the hell is this, Dad? What the hell is this?"
My dogs love cabbage.
I thought you ate a Brussels sprout last time.
He ate one. He ate one today.
I ate one this time.
yeah, I
It was
want
a
to
gecko.
show us.
Brussels sprouts are nice.
Mm.
You eat all you want, Mark.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Dominic, it's morning over there, right?
Yep, it is.
Christmas dinner isn't Christmas without Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, meat and 16 veg.
Yeah. Not to mention 3 different types of meat at least.
Yeah.
So, Joe, when do you get your Neo?
In fact, a lot more than 3.
As of right now, I don't. I canceled them. I told you.
Well, there's some guys been putting it on online that the Neo it flies FPV.
Well, it does.
It does.
But it does fly, but it doesn't fly fast.
It does easy acro, the same as
Yeah, which is cinematic FPV, like a Cinewood.
And it'll
Really?
do.
it's automatic.
What?
Well, most of the drones do FPV though, or have some kind of FPV mode.
Yeah, but what it'll do is it'll go full manual, but it's at a slower pace than like the
Can't
Avata
get
or the Avata 2.
can be.
It doesn't have the power. It actually does have the power because it will fly. It will fly in manual, but you're flying that little thing. You're not flying the potato. You got to realize what you're flying.
Hey Joe, Captain Drone did the video on the master air screws on the Avata 2.
Yes, I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually commented on it. I told him, I said, I changed them too. But I said, I wish they had orange. And he came back and said, yeah, he wants orange too.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he said that it seemed like it. See, he said basically the decibels didn't. It looked like they were the same. The
He
decibel
said
level.
he said it was
We're pretty close.
slightly lower pitch
Yeah,
wise.
but the
rather
pitch
than-
is lower.
Good.
and the top
Yeah, because
speed.
like I said, when it passed me, I didn't really hear it that much.
So the top speed wasn't much different, but the power of it taking off, like you said before, was better.
Oh yeah. When I took off, that sucker, I flew right into a bush that was in front of me. I took
Yeah, but
off and I
how
had
is
to go.
how is he measuring that though?
He had a decibel meter, but he was just the way he was. He was actually on the telemetry. He was doing the speed, and the goggles will give you the speed. He got up to.
Was he outside
uh,
when he was doing the decibel meter?
Yeah,
'Cause I've always heard that they're not as accurate when you're trying to do tests like that out in the open outside.
Well, you're
Probably
right, but
outside than they are inside, because inside you get reflected sound off walls and like that.
Yeah.
all I know is it to me it's quieter. It's about half the sound. Maybe the same decibels, but the pitch is completely different.
The decibel reading will change the further away from it you get.
Mm.
So you've got to do them at the same with them
Same
He did.
height and with the
Doppler.
painted in exactly the same
Here's
place.
David.
Yeah, he did though. But like I said, when
Good
I was
evening.
flying in my complex,
Hey,
it's
David.
about a little more than 100 yards across. And when I got to the other side of the complex, behind the
Hey,
building,
David.
I didn't hear it. I didn't hear the drum.
In fact, you will have a decibel app on your phone if you want.
I'm afraid I've got a sore throat.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because it's just finished. You ready for this? Preston North End 16, Fulham 50
Yes,
Wow.
that's the way.
Wow.
on penalties.
On
It's like-
penalty.
It was one, yeah, it was 1-1, and then they were going round to the second. The players were going back round taking penalties. It was ridiculous.
Like a baseball game.
Is
Yes.
that what it? Carabao Cup.
Not
Carabao
baseball.
Cup, yeah.
It's European.
No, I mean the score. Sound like the score of a softball game or something like that.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
must
no,
have been almost
the game
3 rounds of
finished with them
penalties then.
scoring
It
one
was.
goal.
They were on the second time round, and 3 penalties were missed. Well, one was saved, one was slightly wide, and the final Fulham penalty, he just I don't know what he did. But he blasted it and it went out the ground. It was like gone. They had to get another ball. It took so long that Sky Sports cut it off. There was like, can't do this no more, which is going to be a big kickoff now.
Yeah.
Have you heard the latest thing our good government is going to do?
Oh, what now?
What now?
They're going to abolish the 25% discount for single people on poll tax.
Okay.
Well, that's all right, because if Laura was to leave me, I still wouldn't be single because I have a split personality.
Yeah, but it's going to cost me.
That looks like the way you fly it.
Hold on. What is it a tax for?
It's the council
No,
tax.
the council tax, which would be 140 odd pound a month for me, but because I live on my own, you get a 25% discount, so it's only 106 pound.
Yeah, but
So it's going to cost me another 30 or 40 quid a month.
but
I'll
before
get
you
married then.
before you jump the gun, right? It has to be passed through law.
Well,
So
yeah,
don't expect it to go through because there's a lot of Labour MPs that actually want to abolish council tax, never mind make more from it.
They'll still have to replace it with something though, because of what it pays
Yeah.
for.
Yeah, no, but they want to replace it with a person tax.
Okay.
So
Joe, is that the way you fly?
That's going to make it more expensive for people living together then.
I gotta look at it.
Moment, the council tax is the same whether it be 2 people or 8 people living in the property.
what they
I don't
need,
think
the
it should
only
go by
diff-
how many people
it-
are living there. You should pay property taxes. It should be the
Well-
same across the board for everybody.
Yeah.
You guys pay by how many people are living in the household?
no.
No.
Right, you get it.
Oh, wow.
It's paid
That's
on
easy aggro.
your property price based in
Property.
1991,
That's not easy aggro. That's manual.
and there's
I'm gonna say that looks like it's a windy day and it's just getting blown around.
Yeah, it's full manual of where it's doing a double flip.
Do you do that too? Is that the way you fly, Joe?
Not like that. I do some easy acro flips every once in a while. Yeah, it says DJI saying it's not suitable for this. Somebody's showing it works.
Well, there's a difference between the word not suitable and cannot do it.
Yeah.
And on that bombshell, I'm gonna have to drop out and go and do some stuff. So
catch you later.
see you all later.
Okay, hey, Dominic,
Okay,
thanks
Watch
for,
out now.
thanks for
P.
popping
Diddy's
in.
going to jail for that. Don't do nothing to them girls.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That was full acro. That wasn't easy acro.
Well,
Yeah, 'cause Easy Acro won't do power
you
loops
know,
or anything.
because all I've seen is like the reviews where they said it's a good learner drone, it's a good stable flyer, all that kind of stuff. That didn't look like stable flying to me.
Well, that's full manual way. You got to make sure it stays in the air.
I mean, any
you gotta make sure the
drone,
throttle's right.
any DJI drone is a good learner drone because they all have so many safety features built in. And if you can't fly one of those, then you might as well not even fly.
Mm.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, if you can't figure out how to fly any DJI drone, you might as well not even fly. Because you can't get easier than that. Now, if you want
That
to
was
challenge
fine.
yourself, go get an FPV drone and run an actual FPV drone that's in
Jonathan
full acro all
Jackson
the time.
says after watching that, he's ordering one.
Yeah, well, FPV drones can now do the similar thing to the DJI drones. They can stop and hover in place. They can
Oh
return.
yeah, they've been able to do that a
if you
long
have
time.
the GPS stuff
Yeah.
attached to them.
The O3 air unit with a GPS.
Yeah, they've been able to do that for a long time. I remember a few years back, people had long range FPV drones that they used as camera drones. But that's what I'm saying. Is like if you want
Back that in.
everybody, you hear a lot of people
Hey,
say that.
Jonathan.
Oh, I'm so scared I would end up crashing the thing. I'm like, it's really not all that hard.
Actually, flying it isn't so hard, but doing the tricks that they do and stuff like that, that takes some learning.
Oh yeah, for FPV stuff. I'm talking about just regular camera drones. It's really not hard.
If with camera drones with DJI, all you have to do is remember that as soon as you start to panic, just let go of the sticks.
Yeah, I'm
It'll stop.
perfectly satisfied with the easy acro. Because I don't want to do that much anyway. What I like about the Avata 2 and the Avata is that you can get a foot off the ground and fly it like that instead of having to be up in the air, and it makes it look like you're going 5 times as fast.
Mm.
And then what I like about the Avata 2 with the easy acro, if I want to do a flip, I can do a flip. You know, I
Well,
don't
you
do it
know-
all the time.
Joe, that drone though surprised me at the speed it was going, because you know they always show it like just kind of cruising, but
I would honestly say there's more skill in understanding the camera settings in those drones than there is actually flying the damn thing. I mean, if you can learn the camera setting, that's a lot more to learn than that actual flight of the
oh
drone.
no, I fly on auto.
Well, no, I'm saying, but there's more learning in the camera settings than there is actually learning how to fly the drone. There's a lot of camera settings you can do. I'm saying for a new flyer, like that's more. There's more in mastering the camera than anything.
Well,
Yeah,
everybody I meet that says that they'd like to get a drone, I says, if you get one, fine it. Says get out in an open field, fly it out, back,
Yeah.
sideways, side to side, up and down,
Yeah.
so you get used to it.
Here you go, Paul. Watch. This is the most I do right here. Watch. Watch.
So bad.
This is the most I do right here. A little roll,
I thought it
and then
actually
I
went
do a couple
faster.
of flips here.
I thought it actually went faster than he got, because he got, was it 83 kilometers an hour out of it, which is
But
around
that's as
about
much as I do.
51 miles an hour.
Now Johnny's not going to get one either, is he? Joe?
Hold on. Yeah, Johnny flies full manual.
Did he?
I have no ambition to.
Jonathan says they got an all-in-one bundle. What the bundle is on the Neo is you get 3 batteries, the battery charger, the Neo, and you get a which controller do you get? You get the gray one, right?
You
RCN
get no
3.
control in the United States.
Yeah.
It's an RCN3 in any other country than America where you don't get a controller in the bundle.
Yeah, but it works with the Goggles 3, the Motion 3, the DJI RC2.
Yeah.
That's the one
Hey,
that
there's
flies
Jason.
The Mini
flies the Air 3.
Good afternoon, guys.
Jason's
How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Right on.
How are you doing?
Very well, thanks. It's on my way home now. It's raining.
how's Virginia Beach?
It's great. I mean, it's
It's
cloudy
right.
right now. You know, there's supposed to be a Blue Angels air show this weekend, which also means that there is a TFR over my backyard because I live in Class D airspace at Naval Air Station Oceana. And I'm sure the weather will clear up by then. It's supposed to be good, or it's supposed to be raining until Thursday, which also means I was supposed to go volunteer at the cemetery tomorrow afternoon, a veteran cemetery to do a cleanup.
Oh yeah.
But with the weather the way it is, we're probably gonna have to cancel the event.
Mm.
Yeah. So to be determined. We'll see.
How far are you away from Gainesville then? Quite a distance. I would
Gainesville,
imagine.
Florida?
No, Gainesville, Virginia.
I don't know where Gainesville, Virginia is, so you'd have
It's
to Google that one up and tell me.
It's not far from DC.
In that case, if it's near DC, maybe 4 hours away.
Right. Because that's where
5
the
hours away.
Zolheim, that's where the Zolheim Cup golf, the women's golf, was played at weekend.
All right. There you
And
go.
it's at the Robert Trent Jones, who's a course, he's a golf architect. And it's President Obama's a member there. So
Okay. That's
he
cool.
was at the first day.
Right on. What happened to the thing? You guys still there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because I was watching that all day,
Now you're sideways, Jason.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Your
It's
camera
sideways?
your camera's sideways.
So weird.
He's
Now
doing easy acro.
now it's the other way.
Is it normal?
No,
No, it's sideways again.
Now it's larger but sideways.
Yeah, he's doing
What the
easy
world?
acro. Yeah,
And now
he's
it's
doing
smaller and sideways.
well when you put
Gotta
it
be
halfway, just halfway, right there.
There you go.
Oh my god.
Now he's sideways over. That's all right.
Now it flipped down.
So weird.
The app's not working with the phone at
There
the
you
moment.
go.
Oh, there you
All
go.
right.
Till he hits a bump.
I can't see it, but that's all right.
Yeah, well, we could you were driving on your right ear, driving on your left ear.
Awesome.
Doing easy acro down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So the Neo comes out in a few days, huh?
No.
No, it's about
Is that,
3
is
weeks.
that,
3 weeks. But
are all you guys getting it?
It's available in Canada and it's available in Europe, but it's not available here.
All right.
Well, don't piss them off then.
I really don't think I'm getting it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get it.
To be
I
honest,
say that now. Then
You're
I
probably
can
not
start to
missing
hear the
much.
stories and be like, oh, this is pretty cool. I'll go get
I
one.
I saw Paul fly it. Yeah, you're not missing much.
No. Paul
If I can
didn't
fly it in
really
manual
it,
mode
it
and
flew
do freestyle
itself.
with it, then I probably will get it.
Yeah.
You
I
can.
think it would
But
be cool. Like I said, I fly it in here all day.
it's not very responsive as far as 3D is concerned.
Yeah.
Mind you, did you see Heinrich's video today?
No.
Where he was comparing the Neo to the X1 Hover.
No.
And he was getting them both in the air at the same time doing the same thing. So he had them both doing a droney side by side. And when he went in and had them both doing the follow me, because of where he was turning and the drones moving across, they crashed into each other.
That's fun.
Yeah, that happens.
But this is a good start to the European campaign, and
Didn't do any damage, like, because they were only about 6 foot off the floor and they both got prop guards and everything.
Zoom so freaking quiet.
And they weigh that little that when they hit the floor, they hardly actually make any impact.
Coming together now, given another year of exposure and a year of adaptation, coupled with the style that perhaps isn't as intense, I think we probably will see different football like with the post season. And again, I touched on it with Ellis podcast, all these particular players, and I thought
Damn, I only got 2 shorts left. Gotta make some shorts.
Nice.
I try to keep them about 10, 11 days in advance. So I don't have to think about them. I got 2 days left. I'm gonna have to go fly tomorrow just to get some stuff to do shorts.
I think I saw a post earlier today. Someone made a comment in the DJI Avata page. What do you guys think about flying the Avata in the rain? And I thought, okay, yeah,
I flew the Mavic
Go
3
do
the
it.
other day.
You know, go do it. Just go do it so you know.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I was over the Chifunka River the other day with the Mavic 3 about 200 yards from me, and it started
Yeah.
raining. We got a squall come through with a lot of mist. So I was about 200 yards away, right over the river with it, and it was getting pretty good rain. I just turned it around and brought it back. You know,
I mean,
figured I'm
I've
out there, I might as well bring it back.
Right. I've actually splashed the Avada once where I did this power loop, or no, I was flying straight forward and I went straight down and I hit the water, but I flew out. I was able to fly out of the water. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, all right, I'll just keep on flying, thinking, I can fly the water off and it'll dry off. Well, over time, because there's still water like on the unit and all that wind is effectively pushing the water through all the cracks and crevices, it shorted the Avada out mid-flight.
Wow.
Yeah. So I lost video feed. The drone was still flying. I hit the return to home, and actually it returned to home to me, wet still. And I was like, holy smokes, I got lucky.
Yeah, you
It's
did.
actually, it was pretty interesting, yeah, because I saw the video cut out. I was like, oh, what's going on? So I thought, all right, let's bring it back home. But by the time I made that decision, the video had cut out completely. And it's like, oh man, this is not good. But I made it home, dried it off, and flew again. So yeah, the Avada is not waterproof.
I had the baby this morning. Don's got the baby today. That's afternoon. Got baby wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he can't send it home when he wants to.
Oh, I'm glad she went on the day.
Go home.
He's stuck with her.
Go. Get out. Move out. Go somewhere. Nobody likes you. Oh yeah, flaying slobber. You're disgusting. You disgusting. You disgust me is what you do. I don't think she cares.
Yeah, at least Joe can lock his door and send her home.
Yeah, bulldogs on my door,
Justin. Hey Justin, how do you like the new weapons in the Fortnite?
Pretty cool. I haven't gotten too many of the new stuff, but a few here and there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is the game really glitchy?
Not really, no. But those gloves, the Iron Man gloves, are going to end up getting nerfed. Those things are way overpowered. Man, they literally will auto lock onto you, and you could just yeah. So if they auto lock onto you and somebody starts spamming the fire button, you're done.
Oh, so it's basically aimbot.
Pretty much.
Aimbot gloves.
That's the way that the shield was when they first brought it out. It would lock onto you, and then people obviously started complaining within a day or two. And I just don't get how they don't see this shit before they release it.
I'm gonna get some.
If I was working behind the scenes of
I'm gonna
Epic,
get something for you to eat.
I would have noticed that before it was
wait.
released and said, "Look, this is probably going to be a little too much."
If you wait just a second,
You know.
if you just wait, I'm gonna get you something.
But they always do that. They release these weapons. They're always get overpowered.
Yeah.
And
they wait for the complaints.
Hold on.
Yeah, the complaints roll in and then they roll it back when they should have known that to begin with. I mean, come on now.
Or they're seeing how many complaints it'll get.
And that tells me
they're creating something to talk about.
Well, it's whoever their testers are too. They might not just see an issue with it. I don't know, and they just don't report it as being overpowered.
Right.
I'm not sure how they do their testing, but I would think they would catch that shit before it left, because they do it every time there's a new releases weapons. There's always that one weapon that everybody ends up hating the first couple days.
Yep.
But I would say that his gloves aren't as readily available as the shield was. So all the games I played today, I didn't get hit by any of them. So
Right. Well, it's like the Doom Arcane gloves. It's I hate using fighting against someone with that. But then,
Those things are rough.
yeah. And then I actually enjoy fight. If I see somebody get the armor of Doom, it's like, all right, I'm going after that dude. I kind of, as weird as it sounds, I like trying to fight him.
Yeah, it's hard to do though, because they'll be bouncing all over the damn place like a fucking pinball.
Oh yeah.
Especially if it's somebody that's good with the controls for it too.
Yes.
Because I'm okay with the controls, but the first time I got him, I was trying to figure out the controls on the fly, and I was in a very small circle with quite a few people. And
Yeah.
so I ended up killing a couple people, but then they ended up jumping me and getting me.
Yep.
So,
Nah, that's the tactic. Everybody gang up on Doom. You know, that's the way it should be anyway. Not everybody got that memo, but
I like that
yeah,
Doom.
I like fighting against them.
That new Doom game's pretty fun. I like it. You get
Yeah.
thrown either on the Avenger side or the Doom side, and then you fight for a few minutes till the end of the match. I think it's pretty fun.
Like a Team Rumble.
It's kind of like the Reload, but in
Okay.
zero build map. Like the respawning and all that stuff is just like Reload, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's just you're playing on zero build.
Jeez. This is why everything at Wegmans is so dang expensive. They send out advertisements to come shop there.
Yeah, it looks like a damn magazine booklet. Oh.
Oh yeah, for wine. It's a freaking grocery store. You know, $30 per pound of tuna.
Welcome back to the Daily Mail's North East
Oh, yeah.
trade host and the Northern Sports correspondent for the Times, Martin Hartley. Let's go to the Telegraph. Northern football correspondent Devin Sumter. Really nice. Ties players later on. Rodri issues warning over football's punishing schedule. City midfielder worried and the period of 85 match season trade.
Time's Laura leaving on Thursday, David, early in the morning or what?
About 10-ish. So 5 o'clock your time. How long is she going to be gone for? 10 days. Holy crap.
And I can't freaking wait.
Laura, how big was your update? Mine was 76 gigs.
8 gig.
8 gig?
Yeah.
Mine was 76.
Oh, might as well be going to update it on all my devices that I'm taking away with me.
And I did it in about, took me about 12, 15 minutes.
I did the update this morning, didn't I? About 8 gig, I said, didn't I?
Yeah, mine was 76 gigs.
All the highlights are up. Yeah, but they're still editing the President game. That seems like a lot of gigs just for an update.
Hi, Joe. I hope
Right.
you've had a fantastic day.
Yes. Hope your day didn't suck.
Shut up, Laura.
Well, it did us with David.
Looks like it's the Abingdon Air Show on the 21st.
Donald's feeding the baby food. Yep.
Well, I hope he's feeding it the baby food.
As long as he's not breastfeeding, it's fine.
Hope
Look at there.
Didn't take long to go down that gutter.
All right, Donald, you're the man.
You haven't seen the amount he's eaten. One baby, one for me. One for me.
Applesauce.
Oh, it's applesauce. Okay. I didn't know if it was baby food or not.
Nope, it's just applesauce.
Yeah.
No, that was a yeah or a yeah.
That was a hurry up and feed me.
Actually, applesauce is quite good.
Bah, bah.
DJ eats a lot of it.
Here, I'll switch you around to this view.
That is a better view.
Ow. Baby girl, you got a mess on your mouth. Got a mess on your mouth. Got it. I know. Ah, blah, blah, blah. I know.
I'll do that tomorrow. Actually, I'll sit not do it.
Here comes another bite. Here comes another bite. A big one. A big one.
Okay, there we go. Okay, what's the shops?
Here. Switch it back around here to the better looking one of us.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on, you got a hair on your face. Trying to get hair off her face, and she's like pulling back. She's like, "That's not food."
Oh man, what is it?
Yum, 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 yum. I'll turn this off so you guys don't have to hear me making.
Good. Finally, the highlights are up. Well, it's more like 90 minutes.
Yeah, and you've got another needle match on Sunday, haven't you?
Oh, yes.
How did Bill's show go on Sunday, Mark?
That was all right.
Shut up, Justin.
It went on till about 5:15 my time. So about 12:15 yours.
Yeah, I stopped in there for like 5 minutes and said something in the chat, and then I left.
Mm.
When y'all were talking about no taxes on tips, I think is what y'all were talking about.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. For a short while.
I'd like
at least.
But see, that's what I still don't get, dude. I don't understand why restaurants get to pay their people a half-ass pay and force customers to make up the pay when other companies don't have to do that.
Oh,
I think that shit should just be taken away. Instead of not
It's
taxing
wrong.
the tips, force the restaurants to pay them full wages.
Or wages. Yeah.
Because either way, look, listen, either way, I'm going to be making it up through the tip. I'm going to be paying more. The same through either paying that tip, or
Right.
you just add that extra money onto the cost of the food.
I'm going to watch the highlights. We're back in a year.
I wish we could get away from the tipping bullshit, to be honest with you. 'Cause I hate it.
I must admit, I very, very rarely leave tips.
I mean, I don't mind tipping people only in the food industry only because of the weird ass fucking setup they have with that. Where, you know, unfortunately those people only make like $2 or $3 an hour because of the stupid ass rule they have for it. But
Yeah.
I would rather not have to do that.
The daft thing is they make the same money as everybody else does per hour here, but they still expect tips.
I think that's just an American culture thing is leaked over there. Because they've always said that tipping was definitely a U.S. like kind of unique to the U.S.
Over here, it tends to be like waitresses, bar staff, and taxi drivers. They're pretty much the only people that ever get tipped for anything.
Oh, over here, dude, there's so many places that expect you to tip. Valets, hairdressers, after they charge you $35 to fucking just give you a buzz cut.
Yeah.
They expect you to tip them. Yeah.
We don't have that many valet parking here.
Oh, go to Vegas, bro, and get out of the car after the valet gives you your car and watch how in your face they are about the tip. These motherfuckers will stand there with their hand out and look at you as stern as could be until you put that money in their hand.
They'd be
Like
still
they
they'd be still stood there if it was me.
like I said, then they will like get an attitude if you don't fucking tip them. Like they're assholes. Like I said, I don't agree with tipping anybody who's making a full hourly wage because that's not every industry gets to have tips. So why should I pay somebody that's making $15 an hour here a tip, but then it's not normal to give the other person over at another job making the same an hour a tip? You know?
Yeah. Thing that
I don't-
annoyed me when I worked behind a bar is that taxi drivers will come in at night and not tip the bar staff. But they're the first to complain if you don't tip them when you're in their taxi.
Oh, fuck off, dude. As expensive as taxis are, they can fuck off. I'm not tipping them nothing.
Mm.
Fucking charging you like $10 for every quarter mile you go. They can piss off. Dude, you pay for their, you can go on a 5-mile ride in a taxi and you done paid for their entire tank of gas for them
Well,
to go pick up.
Yeah.
Like taxis are super crazy expensive in some areas.
it's 3.5 miles into the centre of Manchester. And I think the last time I got a taxi from Manchester Centre, it was, I think, 15 quid.
Okay, and how long ago was that?
Couple of years.
Oh yeah, probably at least 20, 25 now.
Yeah, I used as little as possible.
But that's a lot to go 3 miles though. I'm sorry, that's quite a bit.
Yeah, it's so much for the first, I think, half a mile, and then so much per quarter. Is it quarter of a mile after that? Something like that, anyway.
Yeah, over here where I live, they won't even come pick you up unless you're willing to pay a minimum amount of mileage.
Well, you have
Or
to. Even if you go in 200 yards, you still have to pay for half a mile.
no, over here they won't even come get you unless you're going at least 5 miles. And if you don't meet that 5-mile thing, you have to agree to pay up to 5 miles. I'm like, oh hell no. I called, trust me, I called for a taxi a couple times around here because we have 2 different taxi companies, and
Don't you have Uber?
Yeah, we got Uber. That's who I ended up calling.
They are probably the cheapest. I think they're the cheapest here anyway.
Yeah, because it was going to cost me like $35 or some shit to go from the shop where I was at that day when I had to leave my work truck because it was about quitting time. It would have cost me $35 to go from there to my house, which was about 6 miles. And I was like, hell no. I called Uber. It was like $12 or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see the need for getting a taxi anywhere when I've got a free pass that allows me to ride the buses and the trams for nothing.
Well, see, in the way I look at it too, like even like hairdressers, right? I don't even agree with tipping them because I'll tell you why. Just for a guy to go get a standard buzz cut like Joe has right now, right? Some salons and barbershops, that's like anywhere between $25 to $35 now to get your damn haircut. Now, when a barber or a chick works at a salon, usually they do, I think it's like a 60-40 split with the salon on the money that they make.
Yeah, I couldn't
So
tell you how much it is for a haircut here. I haven't had one for 40 years.
right, but if you do like you know, if it's like a $30 haircut, you're talking, and sometimes they're doing a couple of haircuts an hour, dude. That could be $20, $30 an hour you're making. Easy.
Mhm. It reminds me, I must do mine. See what? It's really fine, the hair that grows on the back of my head. That's got to go. It's getting too big, too much of it. And I shaved my beard and Tasha coming off as well this week.
You go get your haircut, Joe?
Get my own.
I do my own too. I'm not spending. Last time I went to the barber shop, it was almost 30 some dollars to get my haircut.
Yeah. I mean, it's difficult to make a mess of it when you're just taking it all off.
Yeah, I just put a guard on him all the way around. Same like.
Put in both.
And then Sarah goes and does up my edge up all the way around. Takes like 20 minutes to do my hair.
Mm.
But like I said, I buy a new hair trimmer about every 2 years roughly. And I usually pay about $25, $30 for a decent set of clippers. So that's not bad for 2 years, right?
That's pretty good.
If I get 2 years out of those clippers, it's not barely
Yeah.
cost me anything.
You would probably need a haircut once a month or something normally.
You're right. And yeah, you could spend a few $100s a year easy just on haircuts. Yeah, I usually cut my hair about every 2 months, every month and a half, somewhere in there. Once it starts getting really long and shaggy, then I cut it off. Starts bugging me.
I know when it's time to have a haircut and a shave, my beard starts itching, so then it has to go.
I don't like my hair long because it gets really curly. I don't like it. Starts curling, especially in the back. I think it looks stupid, so I don't like it. Like I have never let my hair grow out like Tim's or Mike's for sure. My hair's never been that long.
Yeah, even when we went heavy metal, my hair will grow outwards instead of downwards.
So yeah, like kind of like an afro going,
Almost
sort of.
like an afro, yeah.
See, I've never let my hair get long enough to even know if it does that or not. My the longest I've let my hair get is maybe about an inch and a half, 2 inches, and then that's when it usually starts bothering me and then I got to get rid of it.
Mm. Well, you've seen the picture of me when I was in my 20s, haven't you?
Yeah. Some people's hair is just like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, some people's hair will just lay naturally, just look nice without having to brush it or anything.
I mean, my dad's still got a full head of hair. And like he's 89. But I take after my mum's side of the family. They all went bald.
Is David still there?
So he's watching a football high again.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Shut up, Justin.
Shut up. Yes,
He
Paul
wants-
just
His
walked.
his team beat a team that's 3 divisions above them in a cup match.
3 divisions.
1 division.
They're only a division above. We're in the Championship. They're in the Premier League.
All right. Thought you were in League 2.
Fuck off.
Newport beat West Ham under 21s.
So why was your team playing another team in a different division? Shouldn't they not even be
It's a cup
playing?
competition. It's a cup.
Yeah.
In
So-
the cup competitions, all 4 divisions, well, even beyond that.
No, in this one, it's
The
the
same-
top 4 divisions play each other. In the FA Cup, it's anyone down to Sunday League can play each other.
Yeah.
But this was the League Cup.
Yeah, it's the cup that none of the top teams really want to win,
But
but still go for it anyway.
they do want to win it because it gets you into Europe.
We don't need to win that to get into Europe.
No, you won't be in it next season if the court case goes the right way.
Court case.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Manchester City have been cheating.
Well,
No,
technically-
not well. Not well.
Yeah,
They
you
have.
got to say allegedly.
No, fuck
technically,
it. No,
it was a technical thing rather than a
no.
physical thing.
UEFA gave you a 2-season ban, right? And you admitted the charge, but then appealed the ban and got it overturned, right? And now you're trying to say that the English Football League have got it wrong when they're saying, yeah, you've been cheating, right? Rules are rules. 115 breakages of rules. Kick them out of the league.
But it was all about money and purchasing players, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were. Well, not just that. They were dodging. I think there's some tax things in there and underreporting of things and overstating sponsorship deals.
But it was actually nothing to do with football. It was all administrative.
Go on. What do you mean I was supposed to make you pizza? When?
I'm going to be their lawyer. Allegedly, they cheated. I'm going to need you to refer to my client and such.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry.
I will have to sue you for slander. Don't say it. They did
You know
not
what I
cheat.
say
They,
to 'em?
they were accused, allegedly cheated.
No. They can sue me for slander, right? They can come at me. Come on, bring it on, Man City. Right? Bring it on. Right? Because when it gets proven, right, they're going to be in deep shit. He's already been proven anyway. They just fighting technicalities now, using the ill-gotten gains to get themselves out of it. If I were the Premier League and the EFL, I'd kick them back down to Sunday League and take all of their titles away.
Well, I'm sure,
Only-
like most
only
sports,
because-
They're probably just going to get a fine at the end of the day.
Well, no, if it's a point deduction, they're going to get. Now, considering Everton had committed 2 offences and got a 15-point deduction and a 12-point deduction, right? So it's 27. That was reduced down to 12 in
10.
the end, right? So 12 points for
10.
each one. Now they got 2-point deductions.
They only had 10 points taken off of them.
Well, all right, even 10, right? That means next season they start on minus 1,150 points, right?
And they're still in the league.
Mark Everton to European football club competition after 41-year wait with a comfortable victory.
Right, anyway.
Well, Everton got knocked out of the cup.
Yep. Oh, shame.
Liverpool beat Barnsley 7-0.
No, they didn't.
No, United beat Barnsley 7-0. Liverpool won their
European Cup.
Champions League match 3-0 or something. And they played Milan.
No goal there after getting front against Everton.
Because Liverpool and Villa played tonight.
John Durant scored second third and his first finish, but again, this time Amadou Onana, team line from the build-up.
Blackpool went out. Fleetwood went out.
Yeah. Yeah. Shows the contrast. This is the contrast of the penalty shootout. Right? You have to take 5 each, minimum.
Yeah.
Fleetwood went out 2-1 on penalties.
Yeah.
Preston went 16-15.
Only 1 penalty was scored out of the 10. Yeah.
I thought 3 were scored.
Well, it was 1-1 in the after full time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So
And then-
2-1 just makes it 1 penalty scored.
No, that's not how it works. They just add 1 goal on just to show that they went through. So, like, Preston's game would still say it was 2-1, even though.
No, it doesn't. Preston's game says Preston won 16-15 on penalties.
Yeah, but they're just making a big deal of that because it went on forever.
What?
It was quite funny as well. The commentator went, "Excuse me, guys, I've got work in the morning." And the other guy was going, "I'm on the school run."
Andrew.
What's up, Joe?
The food's in the kitchen. Go and eat it.
Well, when Precious is in the kitchen, that usually means she wants a treat or she wants dinner. What, Paul?
Muted.
You're muted, by the way. So how is after the storm, Joe?
We're doing good. Fall started better. Started didn't sound like they had water in it anymore. Finally dried
good.
out.
I bet you feel a lot better about that.
Oh yeah.
You're not having a huge car bill.
Thank you, Lord. Yeah, because it could have been really nasty.
Oh, yeah.
So what are you up to, Andrew?
Not much because it's kind of dreary today, so. Just kind of chilling. Can't really do much outside because it's too wet.
Joe's granddaughter tuckered him out. See him?
Oh,
I'm falling asleep again.
Yeah.
I went to sleep last night, 9 o'clock. Woke up at 6 o'clock.
did you have a lot of jambalaya again?
No, I had sausage, smoked sausage, chicken, and like a stew with okra, tomatoes, corn, and like a red tomato gravy, a little bit of red tomato gravy over rice.
Sounds like you're getting the after dinner sleepies.
Well, I'm sleepy. I'm telling you. I was sitting there a minute ago dozing. I made 7 shorts real quick so I could put them on tonight and get them over with. And then it gives me 8 days ahead. I used to do 3 a day. Now I only do 1 a day. When I was doing 3 shorts a day, I was picking up 2 or 3 subs every day too. Now that I'm doing 1 short a day, I'm picking up 2 or 3 subs a week.
Oh no, they've already figured it out. So what YouTube's doing is if you're a new channel and you start doing shorts, they're gonna push the living shit out of them to get you to do them. And then after so long, they're gonna literally almost cut you off to the point where you're almost getting no views.
I'm not getting the views of nothing anymore.
Exactly, and you're not the only one. There's hundreds of people out there that have made videos about that, about how they were getting shit tons of views on their shorts, and then all of a sudden nothing. It's just one day YouTube was just like, nope, all right, you've done enough. That's it. You've helped us grow the YouTube shorts enough, and we're just gonna cut you off.
I don't know if that is a person that made that decision or if that is an AI decision that was made.
Most likely it was probably the algorithm because it's 90%
So an
of
AI.
YouTube is run by an algorithm.
It had to be a guy who wrote it.
It is, but it's also it also kind of learns too as it's going. It's not completely controlled 100%.
Doesn't
The algorithm does evolve and learn on its own to a certain extent.
Self-propagating.
Go ahead, Mark.
Well, the thing that gets me mad is I'm getting close to 1 million views. I would have had it already if they wouldn't have hit me like that, you know?
Yep, that's what they're doing, and so I'm saying, I bet you $10 I could start a new gaming channel right now, and I'd get shit tons of views on shorts.
I need 31,000 views to hit 1 million. And I could do 31,000 views with 4 shorts, 5 shorts, 6 days usually. The ones that used to hit everything don't hit them anymore.
Nope. That's what I say. It's definitely something to do with YouTube is trying to push they're trying to keep the shorts thing because they've dumped so much time and effort and money into the pushing of these shorts. They're trying to keep it going.
It seems
get
like
as
they
much
keep
traffic to it.
It seems like they're trying to keep adjusting their algorithm so nobody knows what is going to take traction in the algorithm.
You don't want to they don't want you to figure it out.
Well,
And the more successful channels they have, then the more they have to pay out.
I think it's very certain somebody's going to figure it out and somebody's going to share that information.
Nobody has ever figured out the YouTube algorithm. I don't give a shit if they told you they figured it out or not. Nobody was figured that shit out because it always is changing all the time. And all these channels like the Vivid Q or whatever that channel is, the one that brings the creators on and they tell them, oh, this is what you need to do to grow your channel. The only reason that channel is so fucking big is because they're playing on people's hopes and dreams by telling them that they're going to give them pointers on how to make their channels big. And so people are subscribing to it, listening to their bullshit. And then they invite these small creators on, oh, maybe you should do this. Maybe you should do that. Man, get the fuck out of here. The only reason you're big is because people think that you're going to blow their channel up to like 1 million subs overnight.
Isn't that similar to the get rich quick schemes?
Yeah, welcome to the pyramid.
I mean, I guess if you could kind of compare it to that to a certain extent, because
Well, 'cause
people go and they watch those channels. There's no secret sauce to how to become
it-
huge. It's
it gets your hopes up, it gets your dreams up, but eventually your reality goes, nope, it's not gonna work.
and then so a lot of times I mean, one of the surefire ways that any of us know that you're going to get big quick is if you can get into a certain niche really early and you dump a lot of money and effort into it. But there's only, how many niches are really out there that people haven't already flooded,
Like drones or gaming.
Drones, gaming. I mean, look at
Fortnite.
some of the early adopters of Twitch and some of the early adopters of like Kick and stuff, right? Like especially with Twitch, some of the early guys that were on there before the platform really started getting well known, and then some of the early guys that were into Fortnite got really big because they were the first ones to start streaming it. But I mean, like I said, there's no secret sauce to growing big. It's just some people, it's just something they do happens to catch a bunch of people's eye and then it blows them up overnight. That's usually how it happens too, is most of them will end up blowing up overnight. Hey, Mark must be talking to somebody. I don't know where the hell Paul went to.
Is somebody watching TV?
Yeah, David is.
David,
Yes.
are you
I can
watching
barely hear.
TV
No.
or watching or
No,
listening to a radio show?
I'm on the panel talking to you, but the TV's on in the background.
I don't know where the hell Paul went to.
Why
Did
is
he
it?
say he was going to fly a ship or something?
Is it annoying?
He's probably gonna get a Boston cream.
I don't know what he was saying because he was muted.
Paul said, "I'm out of here. Goodbye."
Yeah, I don't know where Paul. He didn't say anything.
He didn't say anything before I came on, did he? Shortly, I'm going for a ship or something.
No, he didn't say anything.
He must be with
going out and
Mia.
change a light bulb. Yeah, go get a Boston cream. That's what he
Oh.
went to do.
I'm back.
How's Michigan?
Yeah, it's a little warm today.
Where'd you go?
Minute. What's up, Dallas? Hey, just take what you want and put it in the freezer. Dallas cracks me up. She comes over because her dad put some popsicles in the freezer out in my garage. She grabs the bag and takes it up there and says, "We don't have room for it."
See,
Whatever.
do you eat them as well, or?
No.
What was it? Was it her dad, the one that's in the hospital?
Yeah, is there any
Hey, you just let him out. He has to go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for dialysis.
Ugh.
Well, I know he's got
That's
to
a life.
go back. No, I know he's got to keep going back for dialysis, but the fact he's let him out, they've let him out. That's a good sign.
Well, they
Is
let him out.
dialysis, that's like a permanent thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes,
I don't
It
know.
can be unless the kidney regenerates itself.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
doesn't have
that,
much.
dude. You imagine
Or-
having to do that 2 or 3 times a week, every week for the rest of your life? God, that sucks.
My cousin did that. The one that died this year. He went to dialysis 3 days a week for 18 years.
Yeah, because you can
Uh-huh.
almost not even go on vacation or anything.
18 years.
You're
Holy
almost
crap.
You're almost
Yep.
stuck locally because you really can't venture too far away because you got to go to dialysis constantly.
Once you start on
Ah,
dialysis, it's pretty hard not to have to do it anymore, isn't it?
Yep. They put a shunt in her. They had to take the vein and put a special shunt in it right by her neck, so they can
Ooh.
go in right there, and you feel it when they pierce the skin. But it was a rubberized vein they put up in there so that it didn't deteriorate.
Yeah, what I'm saying though is like he wouldn't even be able to go on vacation or anything.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
unless you were
he's
like a
he's only
multi-million.
32 years old.
Well, it'd be one thing if you're like a
Wow.
multi-millionaire and you could have a
What-
doctor on call, you know, coming with you on vacation and shit, but not a regular person.
So I know there are some ailments that are hereditary, which means one of his parents would have had it.
Well, his kidneys are failing as well as his gallbladder and his liver.
Yeah.
In fact, if you look at him
Nice.
now, he's got almost this orange glow to his skin.
Orange?
Yeah, it's the liver.
Yeah.
Jaundice.
Yeah, I
Jaundice.
I thought liver was supposed to be a yellowish tinge.
Well, it's a yellowish orange.
Yellow orange,
Yeah.
okay. It's kind
Very
of a
distinctive.
it's
Yeah,
kind of a
he-
freak color.
He was in the hospital for a week, and they released him and told him to go home and go do dialysis. And they do dialysis, you know, about 30 miles away, rather than the hospital he was at was 160 miles away. So they pretty much,
Too bad there wasn't something like, like 10 minutes from his place, you know?
well, the sad part of it is he has no insurance.
Oh,
So everybody wants to hand him off. You know what I mean?
yeah.
How's he going to pay for the dialysis?
He's not.
He had a job working for the
Why
city or
doesn't he
something,
just
right?
go file for Medicaid? If he's at the point where he really can't work and he's not making any money, he can go file for Medicaid and get
Well,
Medicaid.
I don't know what he's filed for, all different kinds of things.
Medicaid will pay for everything.
Dude,
All he's got to do is just, even a matter of fact, if he goes to the hospital, a lot of times their medical reps there will actually help him fill all the stuff out and file
I'm
for
sure
it
that
because they
they've
want,
probably done that. I just don't know.
because the hospital
he
wants to get its money and they can go back through, like, was it 3
They
or
go
6
back through
months?
the government. Yep.
Well, what
Yeah,
they
went
do
for
is
3 years.
the
Go on
Medicaid will
the
go back so far and actually pay your medical bills that you owe. I think
go
it's
on the
3 or 6 months. I'll go back.
go on the
I think
medical
it went further
exchange
now. Isn't it?
and get insurance for cheaper than what you can outside.
Well, if you got no money, how do you?
What, Medicare, Medicaid, few other programs, I guess.
I don't know. I'm sure he's got it covered. Somehow.
I hope so, because those costs without insurance really mount up.
Yeah, but you can't get blood out of a stone. You know what I mean?
True.
If you don't have any money, they can't
Yeah.
get any money. Anyway, so Andrew, are you buying the Nano?
No, I'm gonna stick with my
Neo.
DJI, my Mavic.
Well, that's a DJI.
The
Yeah.
Neo.
The Neo, yeah, the Neo, not the Nano. The Neo. Because there's quite a few. Joe was looking at them because there's quite a few people are flying them. What is it? ATV.
The Easy Acro. Yeah, the Easy Acro gives.
Acro.
I just want to fit in the house, but then like I said, I don't even know I'm gonna do it. I may wait to see what they're coming out with right after that. They might come out with an Air 3S. And the Air 3S, I might get rid of the Air 2S and get the Air 3S. That way I'll have
or
a
a Nano 2.
I don't think you're gonna see a Nano 2.
But is that considered 250 or sub 250?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
The
but it
net,
don't matter. I'm 107. It don't matter.
Neo?
Sub
It like,
250 don't matter to me.
it like weighs in at 185, doesn't it?
145.
145.
So I don't think it would have to be registered, right?
Nope.
It's if you fly it recreational.
Honestly, I think it should be class.
107. It would have to be registered if I decided to fly it any other way.
Because some said that even sub 250 had to be registered anyway.
Yeah. Only
I
if you're
guess-
107.
Yep.
You're flying 107.
Hey, I put it in the chat. Andrew, go check that out.
Let's
Check that link out.
I don't know. I think there should be a certain weight limit where you shouldn't have to have anything, even if you want to use it for pictures and shit. I think that Neo is so small, dude. That thing should be classified as a fucking toy at this point.
Yeah, I do. I love that.
that looks like it should be classified as the oh, what's that other really small one from DJI?
Hello, it should be
Hello?
anything 150 and lower should be a toy.
It's smaller than the Spark.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little bit bigger than slightly smaller than this.
It's between a mini and a Tello.
Tello, DJI
Because
Tello.
a Tello is about 90 grams, the Neo is 138, and then the minis are 250 or 249. So it's like right in between the two.
So this one is right below the Mini and above the
Yeah,
Tello.
but it's below 150. It's only 138 grams.
Yeah,
It's small.
that's light. I'm not sure it's going to have much wind resistance that, for that size with that size battery, you know?
Jonathan Jackson saw that video and he's gonna, but he said he's gonna get one. He's gotta have one.
Hey, Jonathan. Hi, Precious.
Quiet dog.
Hi, Precious.
She's a nuisance. She's just had something to eat and gone outside and then come back in again and started barking.
Maybe she wants attention.
She wants your attention. That's what.
She wants more food. She's stood at the other end of the room waiting to go out of the door into the kitchen.
See, that's what Joe runs into. His dogs want his attention all the time too.
Does it every so often? Mary was like, can I get some attention, please?
Yep. Oh yeah, Mia's like that, but she's not been feeling well lately. So
No, it's not attention because as soon as you move towards her, she backs up.
I hope it's not gastroenteritis
Oh, is it?
or pancreatitis.
Nah. Nothing wrong with her. She's just greedy.
Oh, Precious, yeah.
No,
Mm.
she's
No, it's
not.
called.
Oh,
Would
you're
you
talking
say
about-
something's wrong with Precious?
No, there's nothing wrong with Precious.
No, it's called spoliitis.
Yeah.
Spoliatis.
It's called
Justin, was it yours, Bo?
Oh
Isn't
hell no! My
he-
dogs start barking like that when I'm eating their ass going outside.
Hmm.
I don't put up with the begging shit. That shit gets on my nerves.
Oh, I wasn't eating.
Oh
Mark
no!
was-
I'm just saying in general, I don't like the begging and barking shit. They go outside and they start that crap.
Mark was just sitting in that chair.
Mm.
Kind of like how Paul is sitting in his chair.
Randy says he flies under port 420. Max used to too. Look what happened to him.
Now, let me ask you something, right? Because I know there's quite a few pilots out there in the drone community that smoke weed. Now, say you did have an accident and you crashed that thing and the NTSB came to you, like it was that serious of a crash, and you popped positive for marijuana, would you get in trouble?
Oh, hell yeah. Probably lose a license for one.
You're not even
Maybe.
allowed to fly after any
Yeah.
alcohol.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
you
Like,
know.
because it's still federal crime technically, and that's FAA falls under federal.
Yep.
I'm wondering if you, like, say you actually hit a plane at an airport or something, and the NTSB came out, because obviously with regular pilots, they actually will send you to get drug tested and stuff.
Yeah.
And to get an alcohol test done and all that stuff. That immediately happens after a crash if you're,
Yep.
not
If you're
dead.
not dead.
Well, even then they'll still do it in the autopsy, but yeah. But are you hungry still? Okay. But yeah, I'm almost positive a drone pilot, if something happened bad enough, you'd get in trouble.
Yeah, if you're flying a drone and you hit an airplane, I think that the least you worry is whether you had 420 in your system.
I usually fly about 250, 300.
Yeah, I would
Make
only
sure I
think
clear
it
the tree.
wouldn't. See, and that's what I'm saying. I don't think it would fall under state because that's federal agency and under federal law, which federal law doesn't cover that technically still. Because even though your state, it's legal for you to say have a dispensary in your state, technically the feds can come in at any time and shut that dispensary down, whether the state says it's okay or not. Technically, they still have that right. Whether they do it or not is a different story.
Jonathan doesn't think so, but he doesn't know.
I don't either. I'm just guessing here.
Well, for certain things, marijuana is legal.
Yeah,
In
but I
most
think they'll
states
still
now.
come back and say you were impaired,
Right, that's what I'm saying. Because it's federal, I would think it would fall under you being impaired.
Yeah, it might be legal to actually smoke it, but it's still illegal to do certain things while you're under the influence.
Oh yeah. So if you smoke it and then fly a drone, would that be? It'd be like DUI, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Or was it flat FUI?
In a sense, yes, it would be a DUI.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I don't know the proper term for it.
I've always been curious about that, just because I always used to hear people say, "Oh, like there's actual drone shows I've gone to where all the pilots are smoking weed on camera, on the panel talking about how they smoke all the time and they fly drones." And I'm just like, I've always wondered, would that really get you in trouble at the end of the day?
I'm wondering if Night Trade would know the answer.
Probably.
Why are you accusing him of doing that or what?
No, I'm saying he might. I'm saying he may know a little bit more about the marijuana regulations than we do.
Well, see, the
person
problem
asked
with
was Mac.
Yeah, but see, it's the problem with the marijuana though too, Randy, right? Is technically you don't really have to smoke it right then for it to be in your system, right? Marijuana takes a long time sometimes if you're a heavy smoker. That shit, I've seen it take as much as a month and a half to get out of somebody's system.
Oh yeah.
See, hard drugs like pills and coke and shit, dude, you can have that shit out of your system within 2-3 days tops. That's the longest. It's going to take 2 or 3 days. And that's at its longest. Most people can get it out of their system within 24 to 36 hours. But marijuana, like I said, back when I smoked it and I had to quit smoking a couple of times, I had it still pop positive in my system almost 6 weeks after I stopped. It was still in my system.
Jonathan, I agree with you. Jonathan says he didn't say he didn't know. He said, I wouldn't know. I'm not that risky with my birds.
Yep.
Talking about marijuana and drugs, Mark,
Mm.
They're bringing Balamori back. Now you know you're on drugs.
Balamori, what's that?
It's a program for kids. Yeah, but the song used to be, "What's the story about Balamori? Wouldn't you like to know?" And it was just like loads of adults acting like a bunch of drugged up weirdos. And they're bringing it back for the kids.
So if they're doing a reboot, why not redo the song if it's so dang corny?
No, just don't do the reboot at all. I point out that these kids programs are full of adult innuendos that kids know jack shit about.
And these innuendos go, whoop.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of cartoons that were like that over the years.
Don't you dare, Mr. Gibbs.
And then I laugh like back in the day when people used to make a big deal about The Simpsons. I'm like, dude, The Simpsons don't hold a candle to some of the shit Family Guy's done. You want to compare
I don't
two
watch
network
Family Guy.
television shows?
Beavis and Butthead.
Well, I'm saying like Family Guy was on the same network as The Simpsons. So that's why I'm comparing it. But people used to say Simpsons were just absolutely just the devil. But you really go back and watch the old episodes, it's really not even that bad. The worst thing is Bart saying, "Eat my shorts." But that was the shit people made a big deal about. The Family Guy took it to a whole nother level when they came out. Want to talk about adult jokes and innuendos in the show? They even pointed that out in Family Guy when he was talking about pulling beads out of a chick's ass.
Yeah, but
And he looked at the camera and he said, "We all know what all know what we're thinking about,
Yeah,
but
but
the kids don't know."
Yeah, but what you're comparing here, you're comparing a kids program, Simpsons, to an adults program, Family Guy.
Simpsons was
Guy's
never
always been
designed to be
adult.
no, Simpsons was never labeled as a children's show.
Yeah, it was. It's on
No, it
children's
wasn't.
channels over here.
That was rated as a PG, I want to say PG-13 over here, so it had a minimum age of 13 rating on it.
It was rated PG over here.
But like I said,
advised.
but what's funny was Family Guy used to point that, matter of fact, that specific thing you're talking about out in the show, though. Like I said, there was one episode where they were talking about anal beads, and it didn't show where they were pulling the beads out from. And Quagmire looks at the camera and says, "We all know what this means, but the kids don't know, but we know." Oh, Simpsons was definitely never marketed as a child's show over here.
Well, it is over here.
That was a prime time, like adult type cartoon over here, is what it was marketed as.
It's on during kids' hours over here.
I had a lot of friends and cousins that weren't even allowed to watch that show as children. Their parents wouldn't allow them to watch it.
Coffee. I'm falling asleep.
Now, South Park was adults.
An American Dad.
Yeah.
Well, see, American Dad, Family Guy, and Simpsons, those were all network television shows, where South Park was a cable network show. So you had to pay cable in order to be able to watch that. Where Simpsons, Family Guy, and American Dad, those were broadcasted over the free airways that you could pick up with your antenna.
Not over here. It's always been a cable thing. Sky over here.
And there was more restrictions on free TV than there was cable TV. Like they could cuss in cable TV and all that. Where free TV, they weren't allowed to do any of that. Or it had to be very minor.
Mate, he's frowned upon over there, and if they show a pair of boobs.
Do what? Yeah.
If they show any sexual content, like women's boobs or kissing or whatever, that's frowned upon, isn't it?
No, they can cuss on regular TV, but it's like certain words, like they can't say the F word. I think they're allowed to say bitch. I think they can say shit. and I think that's about it. As far as like the main, you know, derogatory words are considered. But they definitely can't say the F word.
I'm guessing you guys don't get EastEnders and Coronation Street over there.
I don't. Well, that would probably be on a cable network channel though.
Yeah. Oh, it's not cable network over here, but I'll tell you what, there's some.
Yeah, but you guys have always been more liberal with your TV than we have. Like over here, they've always had a very strict. Oh, you can't show boobies on TV. You can't do any of that crap. Unless it was like HBO or something, right? You had to pay for that subscription in order to see it.
To an extent, you can show boobies on TV.
But but like over in France and shit, dude, you can put an antenna up in the air and pull a network channel out of the air and it'll have tits on it. You can't do that over here.
Yeah. Over here we have a dating Andrew. Over here we have a dating program where they show everything. Naked, it's called Naked Attraction. Don't recommend you Google it.
You can go online and watch Naked and Afraid uncensored.
Sounds like Naked and Afraid dating version.
No, this is Naked Attraction. It starts off. They start off. One person's naked, right?
Yeah.
They get to look at 5 different people in these pods, and it starts off with just the feet, and then they get to eliminate one, and then it goes up to the knees, and then up to their vagina.
Oh, feet.
Yeah.
The feet would be the first thing to decide.
And then and then at the end you get to see the head. That's the final bit where you get to see the head.
Sounds like you're rating each part of the body, and whoever gets the highest score then gets to see the face.
Yeah. But
I'm glad they start off with the feet though, because you could look hot, but if you got caveman looking feet,
yeah. Well, you want to see some of the looks at the end, you know, when it goes feet, and they're like, woo, legs, woo, the vagina, woo, boobies, yeah. And then they show this man's, and then they show this man's face. Shit.
That's what paper bags are for.
That's why some people should not wear flip-flops.
Oh, I think there should be a law in Florida against that. I've been advocating to the state legislation for the last 2 years that they need to pass a law.
Flip-flops are like the state footwear. Florida.
I know, but dude, I've seen people with just some horrendous looking feet out with flip-flops on. I'm like, no, you need to go home, cover them puppies up, and don't ever let anybody see them again.
Right.
As
I'm going to be honest, a lot of people wear flip-flops over here, and you know, especially when it's raining, right? But I don't think I've ever gone round going, yeah, you need to cover them feet up.
Oh, no.
I don't think I've actually looked at anyone's feet.
The last guy, no, I was in the gas station, and this dude was standing in front of me, and he looked like he straight walked through a bunch of dog and cat shit, and then put his oh God, it was disgusting looking. You could not notice it. It was absolutely. And then he had the where you got the big cracks on your heels and shit because you don't take care of your feet. Oh my God, it was so gross. I was like, dude, I don't want to know how people go out in public like that. Like that is just disgusting.
Let's get that because of neuropathy, because it kills the nerves in your feet.
Oh no, this dude was just nasty.
Well, there's neuropathy, and then there's some people's feet that are just plain disgusting.
Like me, I clean. No, I keep my shit clean. You take care of your feet; those are a very important part of your body.
Yeah, but if you have diabetes, then your feet naturally dry and crack, and also you lose your toenails.
Yep.
And that's fine and dandy and everything, but that doesn't mean you can't rub lotion on your feet at night neither. That doesn't all of a sudden just make you a paraplegic where you can't take care of your feet.
No, if you've got diabetes, you shouldn't be rubbing any lotions on your feet.
Yes, you should. Flexitol.
Well, certain lotions, yeah, medical thing, but you're not what I'm talking about. What Justin's talking about. You ain't gonna do much
And
with these.
there is a complication with diabetes where you could lose either your toes or your whole foot.
Okay, but this does not.
Yeah.
This does not give people excuse to come out of the house. Now you're making a small excuse for a large population of Florida.
But I see
They're
Justin's
nasty.
point. Just like
Okay.
certain people,
Not every
clip their-
30-year-old with nasty looking feet has diabetes.
some people clip their toenails on the plane.
Right. Now that is where I draw the line, right? I've seen people picking their toenails,
Brandy.
not cutting them,
Randy.
picking them on the train. He's like, right, you dirty bastards, get off.
Randy said my feet are as soft as a baby's tank.
Gotta go
Paul,
to
do you believe him?
I'm disappear tomorrow after about an hour maybe, because I've got to go to the chiropodist and have my toenails done and some of the hard skin filed away on my feet tomorrow.
Isn't there a
You know what
a
I do? I have
file or
I have a Dremel with
Let's say
I
get you a
take my
Dremel.
Dremel.
You know.
No, I have a Dremel and then I have the little sandpaper wheels. I use those to smooth my feet are nice and smooth. I
coffee
don't have
for
any
Joe?
calluses or nothing. That's what I use.
I've got a what's it, a little
Right
electronic
off.
carborundum wheel that does the same thing, but it's actually made for feet. But I can't
Oh,
see, I can't see my feet properly. That's where the chiropodist does mine.
What if you sit down, put your left knee over your right knee, and then do it that way?
It's still 2 feet away from my eyes.
Oh, your eyes, yeah.
Yeah. And also, with diabetes, you shouldn't be using a Dremel. But Justin's coming across as one of those guys that go out and get a manicure.
Pedicure.
No, I don't get
Pedicure.
manicures.
He gets
It's
pedicure.
it's a mani pedi, thank you.
You go and get your go and stick your feet in a little bath full of them little fish.
That's illegal now.
Puppies for your puppies.
Yeah, it's illegal over here because them fish were eating other people's dead skin and blood cells, and then somebody else was putting the feet in there, and it was passing the blood through, and people were getting HIV and other things. It's like, wrong. Don't do it.
Sunstar, yes. Dad had neuropathy in his feet. Very painful.
Yeah, I got neuropathy in my arms and hands, my shoulders.
Get
Boy,
a little,
That's what I'm fighting the Marine Corps about.
yeah.
Is
I've got a
your
little bit
dad
on my hips and definitely in my feet.
is your dad not around anymore, Andrew? Because you talk in the past tense about it. I'm assuming he's not.
It's complicated, Justin. I'll put it that way.
So he's not dead, he's just not there.
Got to go.
And Andrew had his dad
eyes on it,
frozen.
so you guys
No.
got,
You know what? If I could
Later,
have my dad
Dusty.
frozen, I would, and then I'd cut him up with a fucking pneumatic drill.
Well, wait, why would you cut him with a drill?
Yeah, it's a little serialistic.
They-
Saying.
If
Sounds like some
are you
Jeffrey
saying
Dahmer
you
shit
don't
right
no,
there.
no, no, right. If you freeze something and then hit it with a pneumatic drill, it will shatter into billions of pieces.
Well, it depends on how
But-
cold you're getting it.
Randy, what? What is Randy getting at?
I don't know.
Open up.
Oh God, he's talking about when you open a pet egg up after somebody uses it.
Oh,
It's got all the
those.
skins.
Oh, dude, what the?
Oh,
Ugh.
those.
Oh, right, yeah.
He said it looks like
Took me a
Parmesan
second, like,
cheese.
whoa.
Yeah. Would you like some parmesan with that?
I forgot about the pet egg.
I'm glad I'm not eating anything.
It
Really
just
a lot-
reminds me of the movie Waiting.
I
How about a little
actually
bit of
forgot
garlic
about the
salt for
pet egg.
steak?
Well, I'm guessing no one's going to be having parmesan on their spaghetti anymore.
They're not all
Oh,
like
I'm using
you-
Parmesan cheese on my spaghetti.
like a little cheese grater. They
Wait,
take.
no, that
They actually take too much off.
Andrew, did you just say you don't have cheese on your spaghetti?
I said I'm going to use Parmesan cheese on my spaghetti.
oh, dude, I dump Parmesan on my spaghetti. Like
Yeah. Now read
I
the
like
chat.
a lot of it.
Now
I'm
read
not
the
going to use it anymore. I'm done.
chat.
I'm not going to have Pomeranian cheese anymore.
That's
No, Randy, when
Parmesan.
you
Where do you think they get it from?
I said Parmigiana.
Yeah. Where do you think they get it from,
Parmesan.
Andrew?
What, buddy?
Italian feet.
I'm Irish.
No, I said
No.
where did you get it from?
Got the Irish wisp.
Most of the Irish comes from grandma's side of the family.
I'm American. I have a lot of American that comes from both sides of my family. And the Americans before them and before them.
I'm not convinced you're American.
Before them, America didn't exist. You'd
Well,
probably-
every country didn't exist
There's
before a certain point.
yeah. Well,
There's
you
a
can go back what 4 generations before America existed.
Mm,
America didn't exist until we created it.
That's
no,
why
it's definitely
that's-
more than 4.
Yeah. This
I
is
would
why
say it's
we
at least
claim
6
that-
or 8.
This is why the British can lay claim to everything because we made America.
because Dad's grandmother's side of the family. It can go back to the Mayflower.
Well, I mean, if you just go by the 1776, and let's see,
I'm sure it's something like
1976 would have been 200 years just from that point, but we were here way before that. So,
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
yeah, it's got to be more than 4 I would say it's about at least 8 or more, 8 to 10, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I would say
Depending on
so.
how far your family went back, though. Like if you were here with the original settlers, you're probably going back pretty far.
Mm.
But
'Cause I
it's
know-
possible your family could have came in the mid 1800s, early 1900s. My
Grandma's-
family's been here for a long time now. My family's
Grandma's
been here.
family
like,
came
before the Civil
over
War.
1834.
Well, I can trace my family all the way back to Henry VIII.
You can
Or
trace,
not the Civil War. My family's been here since before the Revolutionary War. I know that much.
can trace my mum's family back to Brian Boru, one of the kings of Ireland.
Ooh,
Yeah, but I don't have royal blood. It's just that my family were blacksmiths for the royal family back in the day.
that's cool.
And there's a little bit of Basque in it as well, northern Spain.
Yeah, we made the swords that we attacked America with.
I don't know why we lost.
Family was one of the families that were lords that lived in a mansion above David. So we overlooked David's property.
One of Mom's ancestors was MacLeod, and they fought alongside with Robert the Bruce.
That's Scotland.
Yes.
Now, I've been doing some more research on my family history, and I've gone back almost a little bit before the Revolutionary War. So we've been here a long time.
Because like one of the most complicated research for family histories has got to be Ireland.
Yeah,
Well, you
Some
know,
of the some
at
of
one
the
point,
censuses were blown up.
I get
and-
why people want to think about or get into like, oh, where we originally come from and all that. But then you got people running around like trying to play like almost trying to play the part of that heritage, like, oh, I'm Irish. So they start fucking trying to act Irish. And I'm like, dude, go to Ireland and tell them you're Irish. They're going to tell you to fuck off and go back to America because you're American to them. You're not Irish. I don't give a shit if your ancestors are from there or not. There's a lot of people over here that try to do that, and it's kind of honestly, it's a little annoying at the end of the day.
Hey guys, I'll be back. I'm gonna go catch a ship.
Okay.
Good luck.
And
Don't
then you get those people.
That your flippers and your wetsuit.
Randy.
And then you get those people that want to claim they have like 86 different backgrounds. They're like, yeah, I'm 1/5 Indian. I'm 16th Irish with 13% German. I'm like, the fuck out of here with all that bullshit.
Well, some of this stuff
My good
comes
God,
out
dude.
of Ancestry.
It's like how many
Ancestry.com.
It's like how many white people in America try to claim they're Native American too. I've heard about every damn white person I've met claims that they have Native American in their blood. I'm like, yeah, okay.
At one point,
like-
we did have one claim, but that was disproven.
Well, and then too, if you want actually any benefits from the government, you have to have a blood test done, and you have to have such a percentage of blood in you before you can even file for any kind of claims from the federal government as an Indian anyway. You can't just go and say, oh, I'm part Cherokee because my grandpa told me that, and then all of a sudden go and claim benefits. You have to be able to prove it.
Well, Lloyd's still got relatives who are Indian, aren't they?
Well, I mean, there are quite a few people that will have Indian background because the Indians obviously they intermingled with the
Yeah, I think it
But,
was either his
you know,
great granddad married an Indian.
you had interracial orgies going on back then too.
Well,
It
the
happened, but
yeah. Well, the Indians wouldn't let me into their circle, so I had to form my own.
oh god, you know, with the freaking Blazing Saddles quotes now.
It's about 16 or 1700s. Graham's family founded part of New York, so in the middle of New York State. So they had a lot of interactions with the Indians.
But I mean,
They
these
actually
days
fought
you're
the
going to have
Indians.
even less because the Indian population has declined so much over the last like 60 years.
I reckon I must
And
eat some Indian blood in me. I certainly I eat enough curries.
Yeah,
and they're losing. Well, they're losing more of their bloodlines too because they are venturing out and getting with white dudes, getting with black guys, getting with all. They're intermingling with other races as well. Eventually,
Mark, are there like Native English, like Native Americans in England, like sort of?
To be honest with you, there may well be. I've never come across one, but I won't be surprised.
oh, dude, American Indian with an English accent would throw me off so bad. That would fuck with my head.
What if he sounded like a Scotsman?
I mean, the Native Americans were allowed in the fort, weren't they? And we had American forces bases in England, so there's every possibility.
That was like I was watching.
Justin, you have a message in the chat from Randy.
Half-head redneck. Oh God.
I think he said you're half Seminole, half redneck.
Seminole or Seminole?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, you could really get to John Flamer up if he's got seminal fluid in him.
I have to ask, are there records of parents of the people who came over on the Mayflower over there in England?
Very probably.
If there would be any records, they would probably be in New York on what's the island that they all used to come in
Ellis
on?
Island.
Ellis Island, yeah. They actually have a lot of records and books and stuff at Ellis Island that have a lot everybody's names in that came in. But the thing was too is you really couldn't prove who was who back then neither. Like you can, it's more easily done today than it was back then. Like back then, people didn't have IDs and shit. They would just say, "What's your name?" and they'd just give them a name. It could be any name that they wanted to give, and they would just go by that.
Yeah,
'Cause it was my great grandmother who did all the research on her side, how far back we go.
Like I said, back in the day, if you wanted to, you know, do something, somebody would just ask you what your name is, or like today, you have to show an ID. You know?
Oh, Justin, he was referring to Seminole Indians.
Well, I'm not from Florida, so I'm actually from Southern California.
He's a Beverly Hillbilly.
Well,
Are
they
there
say
just-
like, was it like fucking over half the population from Florida is not even from originally from Florida. Only like 30 or 40% of the population is actually Florida born.
Well, now a portion of South Carolina is not from South Carolina at all. They're from the Northeast.
Well, the reason
And
why it's so
Midwest.
bad, yeah, but the reason why it's so high here is because of the constant retirement. People retiring down here. They're not actually from here. They just moved here from one of the northern states.
Because people were moving from Albany
like
for
Uncle
lower
Bill's.
taxes.
Uncle Bill's from New Jersey.
Yeah,
TJ's
see?
he's not from Florida either.
Although Bill moved down here, I think, when he was like in his 30s, though. So he didn't really retire down here. He had already moved down here when he was pretty young. I think he was like, I think he's been over here over 20 years. Over 20, 30 years. He's been here a while.
Who's been here for 20 years?
Bill.
Yeah.
Bill didn't retire down here from New Jersey. He
Oh,
came
no.
down here when,
Well, that's
I
'cause
want to say he was in his
he's not even
30s when he
retired
moved down
yet.
here. Yeah, yeah, sure. He's not even retired yet.
Because Bill's family's from Pennsylvania, I believe.
New Jersey.
South Chicano.
Thought he said
They moved from New Jersey to
New Jersey to Pennsylvania.
when he was about 4, I think.
Yep.
In fact, I think originally he's from the Bronx.
Yeah, that's what he said. Wrong.
Odd coincidence, my neighbor is also from the Bronx. And he still has that Bronx accent.
Yeah, Jody said his brother-in-law, or brother-in-laws, sister and brother-in-laws live there. Moved from Illinois to there. Yeah, a lot of people, especially the older people, like to move down here because of the weather. They can't handle
Yeah.
the real cold winters anymore and stuff, and they don't like it. So they end up becoming snowbirds usually at the beginning, and then they end up giving in and just moving down here full time. Because
Some people-
eventually, at a certain age, it gets tiring going back and forth constantly.
People are going to be moving from
And I think it's
out the coast into the middle of Florida, or they'll move up to Georgia.
And I think
because
from a
of
financial
insurance.
standpoint, it's kind of stupid not to just move down here full time. Like, why would you want to deal with 2 houses, 2 sets of homeowners insurance, paying 2 property taxes in 2 different states? Like that, to me, that's where you're wasting your retirement money.
Well, a lot of them have condos, don't they, down there?
No, there's a lot to
There's
buy houses.
There's a lot of states say where your
There's 2 or
primary
3 houses
residence.
on our block, dude, that they don't live in for like 6 months out of the year. They come down here, full on houses.
Well,
No,
I
they
used
buy
to
a lot
wa-
of houses.
I used to watch the neighbor's house because they were gone 6 months a year, being snowbirds.
I mean, I guess if you have the money at the end of the day, it's your choice. But if you want to definitely make your money go a lot longer and maybe have money for your grandkids or your kids when you go, it'd be smarter not to try to be maintaining 2 homes in 2 different states, especially a state like New York where shit's expensive as shit. Like that, I don't see
The
I wouldn't
lo-
want to have to do that.
like the most expensive part of New York is New York City.
I said
By themselves.
the best thing you could do if you live in California or like say Alaska or Hawaii or New York, and you work 20, 30 years at a really good job and you have a hell of a retirement, get your ass up and move to the Midwest. And your retirement will get stretched out so much farther. Find a Midwest state where low cost of living and they don't tax your retirement, and your retirement will get stretched out like crazy.
Jody, would you say that your sister and brother-in-law do you think they would say that it is expensive in Illinois?
My aunt had a place there.
Good night.
I would have thought the most expensive part of New York was Manhattan.
It is one of them. I'm not sure which borough is the most expensive.
That's just it's tomato at the end of the day.
Maybe even Rhode Island, where Captain Ray is.
Potato, potato.
Yeah, Rhode Island ain't cheap. That's for sure.
Rhode Island, that's out near the edge of Connecticut.
Yeah.
Connecticut's one of the most expensive. As a matter of fact, I think Connecticut is the most expensive state to live in. I think they have the highest of everything.
Yeah,
they're the worst one.
I don't know if this is 100% true, but in Rhode Island, there is a town called Wickford, and it's based on Wickford here. Now, Wickford here had the first nudist colony in the world. And apparently, Wickford, Rhode Island had the second.
Is that the Foundation Club?
That seems like a pretty extensive story to be made up. I think that might be true.
David, I'm predicting nudists from the UK came to the US and started a second nudist colony.
That's too wild of a story not to be true.
Nudism or naturism mainly started up in Germany.
The nudist colony that was out by my dad's house, you wouldn't want 90% of them people taking their clothes off any fucking way. It wasn't like the Pornhub fucking thought you had in your head when you went there.
Justin, aren't there several nudist beaches or nudist colonies down near the Keys?
I have no idea, to be honest with you, dude. There was a nudist colony in my town in Southern California, and the fire department always did this big, the fire department and the sheriff's department always did this big like fundraiser with them every year. But they would all wear their clothes while everybody was there, because obviously there was kids coming to the event and everything else. So everybody would have their clothes on for the event, and they would do a bunch of raising money for, I think it was like cancer research or something like that. It was some kind of medical thing. And they would raise a bunch of money. But as everybody was leaving, that's when all the guys and women would start taking their tops and bottoms off. So you got to see it as you were pulling out of the all the women would start flashing all the cars as they were leaving. But like I said, the people that were in that nudist colony, trust me, you weren't missing much.
Could you imagine Tim seeing all that?
They were all in retirement age, and yeah, I don't remember seeing a very good looking one while I was there. And I was like 16, 17 at the time.
Do you think that that section is still there?
Okay.
What?
Do you think that section is still there?
Oh yeah, it's still there. They have like a big old but you can't see inside the colony. Like it's massive. They have a huge lake inside and stuff in it, but they have like a 25 or 30-foot wall that goes around the entire property, and you cannot see inside of it.
Good boy.
And then they have a big, huge, like solid steel fence at the front that you can't see through.
Wow.
So you cannot see in this place unless you were up on at least a 25, 30-foot ladder.
I would say a fortress.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like a wooden fence you would see in a backyard, right?
Oh, okay.
But like on an industrial scale, and you can't see through it. Like it's fucking massive. It's 20, 30 feet tall at least.
So nothing like a
30
around the Donald Trump golf course then?
And it probably
I
sits on maybe 25, 30 acres. Around that.
that's not a small group.
No, there's houses all around the edge of the property, and then they have a little
Uh,
RV park area inside there where you can have like about 20 different RVs hooked up, 20 or 30 RVs, and then there's houses in there, and yeah, it's a pretty nice place. We got a big old lake where you can actually, it's big enough to ski and shit in.
Ooh.
And when you'd go there, they had paddle boats, all kinds of shit. It was a nice place.
I
It was
bet
nice.
I bet Joe would go water skiing.
Oh,
But
I'll
it
go
looked
water
like
skiing, no way.
Some
No,
it
nature
looked like Florida.
What?
But the crazy thing was, it looked like Florida inside the fence, inside the property. But the minute you went outside, like right on the other side of the wall, it was just desert, just empty, just lawless desert. But inside the wall, it looked like Florida, the way they had it set up, with grass, big palm trees, like really nice on the inside.
So whoever created wanted a Florida vibe in the desert.
Yeah, it was like a desert oasis, but it didn't look like you would never know. Like if I blindfolded you and drove you inside there and then you got out of the car, you would never be able to tell you were in the desert until you went outside the property.
some nature reserves have golf courses in where you play golf naked.
Where was it at?
Or Newberry Springs, California.
In fact, there's a few towns in Spain, and I think there's one in France where you can actually walk around the town naked all day.
Oh.
I don't know if, as far as I know, it's still there. I haven't been to it in over like 20 some years, but because I used to go with my dad, the fire department would do the fundraiser every year.
Yeah, we believe you.
Yeah, it's called the Silver Valley Sun Club. Not sure if it's as nice as it used to be. Like it was really nice back in the day.
I think that one that you're talking about, David, is it the Naturist Foundation?
Okay, wow.
You drive through a housing estate, and then at the end of the road, there's a big gate.
I want to bring the picture up, but then there's a bunch of nude photos behind it, as I can't show it.
Really?
It's still there. Yeah, it looks like it's still there, but definitely the grounds aren't kept up like they used to be. Which means they
That's
probably sold it.
One of the things that annoy naturists about Facebook is they can't post naked pictures on Facebook. Yet other countries can post pictures of women breastfeeding and videos of women breastfeeding.
You can post that kind of stuff on YouTube as long as you mark it as educational.
Careful,
on
careful.
YouTube, even on YouTube, naturist stuff has to be censored.
Careful of Googling that, Justin, because otherwise you could end up in the UK, the Valley Sun Club in the UK.
Oh wow, they don't even have the wall around it anymore.
There are a lot
maybe it's not nudist
in the
anymore.
UK.
I wonder if they sold the property, because it does not look the same. Yeah, it looks like they put like pistachio trees or something there. Yeah, I mean, it's the same property, but yeah, they did not upkeep that.
Yeah, not fine.
The
Called the Sun Valley Sun Club.
New Valley Springs.
No, Newberry
Yeah.
Springs.
Yeah.
The one picture I found I can't show because it shows a bunch of nude photos with it. But I can tell that they have not upkeep the property either. Because back when we went there, it was very green, very plush, nice grass. But the picture I just saw, a recent photo from the last few years, is half the grass was dead and it was all dirt looking. But that also could be because of the county too. Maybe they're not allowed to have grass anymore.
Can you get a picture of it on what's it? Google Earth.
Let me try that.
See, RV park, Lake Alpine, Lake Wanini. If you look up near Newberry Springs, you can see random spots of green on the map. Google Maps. In circles. Let's see.
Oh yeah. Saw it.
Shut up.
It's nowhere near as big as it was at one point, Justin.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Because
I mean, I see a small rectangle, and the rest of it looks like it's been erased.
That's possible. They probably sold the property or something. Maybe it's not around anymore. I looked at I was talking about that with somebody a few years ago, and I looked at it and they were still kind of open, but as far as I could tell. But I can't find the
Because the pond is still there. If you look at satellite view on Google Maps.
Sun Club. Why isn't it coming up?
It's Silver Valley Road, isn't it?
Yeah, that'd be Silver Valley Road.
And then there was another one about a few minutes away was Lake Wanini.
I put in Sun Valley Sun Club and it takes me to Valley Sun Club in Bilton Lane, United Kingdom. What the hell that's it?
Yes, I did the same thing by accident.
Whereabouts in the United Kingdom?
Yeah.
It's Bilton Lane and Harrogate.
Oh yeah. Harrogate.
Is he gone far? Okay, hold on.
I've actually been to that one.
Were there golf courses in that area, Justin?
No.
Because it looks like there used to be some sort of golf course. That were people just using their ATVs or whatever, making hearts in the sand.
Oh yeah, it looks like it's all dried up and shit. Yeah. I don't think it's there anymore. Oh wow. Okay. Interesting. Maybe it lost its appeal over the years. I don't know. Maybe
Probably.
they didn't have enough people coming in. You'd be surprised how many nudist colonies are actually around the country. You just don't know about them.
Yeah.
Because they usually are off the beaten path and not really advertising.
I know people that are members of that one at Harrogate.
Well, they didn't say that was a nudist colony. It gave me, I think it was mixing up a road or something there. But
No,
you're saying there is one there?
Yeah, I've been there.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe there is. I don't know. Maybe they use the same name. I mean, that sounds like a good nudist name. Sun Valley Sun Club.
There's the Gled Eden Sun Club, which is Temescal Valley.
Nah, I don't know what that is.
Nude. Nude club. Nude resort.
Like I said, maybe it's not there anymore. Because it looks like the lake's all dried up in the photo I just saw. So I think that they must have went under at some point. They just didn't have enough people to support the property and everything. Because it's not easy upkeeping a lake in the
So-
desert because you have to have, every
So what?
every 10,
Secret
15
Cove.
years, you may have to have somebody come in and clay it and everything, and that can be expensive.
Yeah, if it's an artificial one.
Yeah, you can't just build a natural, or you can't just build an artificial. Like out in the desert, you can't just dig a hole and fill it up and it just keeps the water. That bitch will be empty the next day.
Yeah,
You have to.
got to use puddle clay liner.
Yeah, they actually, yeah, that's what they do. The company will come in and actually line the whole lake with clay. And then there's this other shit they started using too a few years back. It's like some kind of white powdery shit that they were mixing in with the clay. I'm not sure what it was.
I think there's another one on the edge of Lake Tahoe called Secret Cove.
Oh,
It's a
that's
new
all the
beach.
way up in Northern California, I think. If I
You don't
remember
know
correctly, Lake
nothing,
Tahoe is
Justin.
Northern California. Do what?
I said, you know nothing, Justin.
Where's the keys?
I'll get them for you. Does the plastic water?
Probably.
So
Oh no, Andrew, you think you could walk into a nudist club knowing everybody there
nope.
doesn't have an issue with it? You think you could just drop your pants right there and start walking around?
I wouldn't.
I think I could. I'd probably feel weird about it the first like 20 minutes, but then I think I'd get over it real quick.
It's a lot easier than you think.
Like I said, the first time I ever went into a strip club, I felt so embarrassed being in there and then once like about 10 minutes went by and I realized, hey, everybody else is in here for the same shit.
Yep.
I didn't care anymore. And then I started making it rain with dollar bills in there.
Ooh. That must have been interesting.
Strip clubs are fun. You can have some fun in there.
What's the latest on you've heard about Tua, haven't you?
Tua?
No, Tua, the football player.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Tua chick. I was like, yeah, she started a podcast
Tua,
called
the football player.
Oh, the one down here. I haven't heard nothing about that.
Because he said at least 2 concussions.
I watched the footage, but I only saw partial. I got to go back and watch the full body cam footage because some people were saying that they were talking to him politely and he didn't want to comply, and then other people were saying the cops were over aggressive. But I can't really judge that unless I see the full video. I need to see the full video from start to stop.
Football player's an idiot.
But Tua was met with he is on injured reserve at the moment because
But
of his
like I've
concussion.
said before, you fuck around in Florida with the cops and you're going to find out. And they'll tell you straight up, this ain't New York.
Yeah.
Because you'll have people say, oh man, they wouldn't do this in New York or California. This ain't New York or California. Like I said, any kind of interactions I've ever had with the cops down here is they're very respectful to the citizens, but the minute you start fucking around, they're not going to hesitate to put hands on you.
Oh.
Why would anyone want to put hands on you, Justin?
I see it this way. The police officer knocked politely on the car window. The driver wound down the window. The police officer asked him to keep the window down. He shut the window, so the police officer knocked again. He then had a go at the police officer for knocking heavily on the window, which he did not. And then he wound the window back up, and the police knocked again and said, you need to keep your window down. And he said, tell you what, no, get out of the car. And then they took him out of the car.
Oh, I'm sure he's going to try to say it was.
He's going to try to race his card. He's going to try everything.
Mike,
Yeah, I can already see that.
Justin, what do you think of Sheriff Mike Chitwood of Volusia County?
Yeah, the one that just got in trouble for supposedly, what was it, embezzling or something?
Yep.
Money laundering.
Or money
Now,
laundering?
Oh.
You guys all know me and how, equal far left I am. Yeah. And even I say this guy's out of place.
I don't want to see her. Yeah, for an hour and a half.
All I gotta say, Andrew, is
At 11:19, I changed her diaper.
all right. All I gotta say, Andrew, is being law enforcement down here and getting in trouble. Good luck in prison. That's all I'm gonna say.
I heard he's willing to perp walk the children who are calling it threat schools, and they catch him.
Can you believe it, guys?
Good luck.
Tonight we have the rare super moon, harvest moon, all in one, and a partial eclipse. Right?
Oh, cool.
What a spectacular show we're going to have. And guess what happens? Fucking clouds over.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to say that.
Either that, or he would have found out it was a nice clear night out, and then the next day he'd find out he'd missed it.
Who'd have believed that Joe would have kept the record to the nearest minute of when he changed the diaper?
But like I said, as all I'm saying, Andrew, is they're hard on criminals down here, but they're even worse on law enforcement fucking up. Like that, yeah. He's like I said, he's good luck in prison. What are y'all talking about? Well, we were talking about the football player down here in Florida that got arrested because he wasn't complying with the cops. And then Andrew was talking about.
Actually, he didn't get arrested.
Well, whatever. And then Andrew was talking about some sheriff down here that got in trouble for not my sheriff.
Yeah, the footballer got detained and then released. He even still made the game and scored a goal.
And then I guess some sheriff down here in Volusia County got in trouble for embezzling. Was that money laundering?
Yeah.
I said, not my sheriff, not where I live. It was a different sheriff. Like I said, down here, they don't fuck around, especially with law enforcement. Like, if they catch law enforcement fucking up. I mean, they fired two prosecutors. They fired two prosecutors down here that were refusing to prosecute people and follow the rule of law. They were just trying to pull that shit like they were doing in New York and California. And the governor came in and removed both of them and replaced them with prosecutors that were actually going to do their job.
And Tim,
But wasn't that embezzlement thing? Was that from 2018?
I'm not sure. I didn't really look too much into that, to be honest with you, just because it's not really in my area. So I haven't really been following it. But that's the thing, is if you're a prosecutor, no matter what your political views are at the end of the day, and whether you agree with a specific law or not, if it's on the books, you're to enforce the law, period. Whether you agree with it or not. Prosecutor's job is not to pick and choose who they decide they feel like prosecuting at the end of the day. You do your fucking job. You don't agree with the law, then you advocate it on your own time to try to get it changed.
Tim Jackson. What's up, Tim?
Are you home, Tim? Take it, Tim must be
Tim's
home.
asking if you're playing later.
Yeah, I'll probably be jumping on here in a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna jump off here right now. But I'll catch y'all all later.
See ya.
Later,
okay, see
guys.
you.
Shortly, Paul should be back because it's getting dark up there. Sounds good, Tim.
Where'd Justin go?
He dropped off.
He's thinking of doing Fortnite shortly.
Somebody mentioned food a bit earlier.
That'd be Laura.
No, I mean in Justin's house. Because what is it? 7:30 at night there.
Yep.
Did you see the ship?
Yep.
Didn't see a
If I'm
drone.
being honest, no, because I wasn't actually looking for it.
Well, what do you guys think? Have you had enough?
Why? Have you got tranquilizer gun?
Hmm.
Oh, you don't mean that. Oh, right. Sorry.
No. I just wondered if you guys had enough for this, or if you want to continue on, you can, but
I don't mind.
But Paul's got some editing to do now, haven't you, Paul?
yep, I gotta edit, yep. But I can do that while I'm sitting here, but I'm not much entertainment for you guys.
Paul,
Well,
you've
I'm
been
gonna
missing
ju-
for the last half hour.
I'm gonna jump off. I'll see you guys later.
What's the decision?
The decision is yours.
Oh, you've been on 2.5 hours. It's up to you.
No, it's up to you guys, because you guys are the pretty much in large and in charge right now. David, what do you think?
I'm all right. If you want to
Joe's
leave,
on his
I'll leave.
phone.
I've got to disappear for a phone call now. So
Okay.
My son
if
called
you-
me. My
if you
son called me a
still-
minute ago.
What's
if you're
that?
still here when I come back, you still here?
Okay, what's that,
Yeah.
Joe?
Then my son called me a little while ago. He's on his way home now. They went in pursuit. They had a pursuit of a suspect from a homicide,
Wow.
and they were chasing him. It was St. Tammany and him, and another company unit chasing the guy. And he said, "I'm gonna let you listen to the radio before I tell you what happened." And they talk about the pursuit going through it, and all of a sudden you hear shots fired, like that. And I said, "Okay, who shot what?" He said, "Apparently the guy was reaching for his gun to shoot at us and shot himself accidentally."
Wow.
So he said he didn't kill himself, but he shot himself and wound up wrecking the car. That's funny.
Well,
I guess he was
it just
gonna take a
shows
shot.
you the average bad guy is not the brightest bulb in the bunch.
Oh, I'm telling you. So he said, "Yeah, when we heard shots fired," he said, "It wasn't my unit, it was one of St. Tammany's that said it." You know, because he said I was about the fourth vehicle in pursuit. So. But it like I was going to tell y'all earlier, we're not supposed to get any rain here for a few days, and it poured down today again. We had flood warnings again up. Hey, Lance. And when Paul comes back, I'm gonna jump off. My son's on his way over.
Sorry about that, guys.
Stop. Yeah, I'm gonna jump off because my son's on his way. Got to drop me off my vacuum board.
Okay.
So I will see y'all in the morning, guys. Tim
So-
Jackson.
Catch you later.
We'll close
He's
her
under
down.
Tim
Okay.
Jackson now.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.